Too Many Spins. Hi, I'm Wyatt Hayes, and I'm here to talk to you about nuclear energy and how it's become a vital part of American society. But before I do, I'd like to paint a little picture. World War II was raging on, and during such terrible war, the Manhattan Project started out, right? Great minds, brilliant men, with one mission: to create a weapon to protect us from the oncoming axis of evil. This weapon, the likes of which the world has never seen before, had the power to destroy essentially entire populations within an instant. Such power that it actually burned the shadows of those who were caught in the blast in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. If you go there, you can still see them today. But with the express intent to create such a weapon, people were still after such power. The Russians, not soon after, had their own nuclear weapons. So what started out as an offensive measure quickly turned into a tool as a defense to protect us from our enemies. The next slide you can see, on the left there is Fat Man, on the right there is Little Boy. That's actually the atomic blast on Hiroshima, August 6, 1945. Okay. Each of them, or rather one of them, was filled with plutonium. I do believe it was Fat Man. And Little Boy was filled with uranium-235, which is the same strand, we'll say, of metal that is used in nuclear power plants today. With such power, as we have such power, we can also harness that for good, not just for destruction. And with harnessing that power, we have created something that can now give back instead of taking away. Nuclear power plants. Nuclear power plants, quick overview of them. They use uranium-235, rods of it, in giant vats of water to create steam. That steam rises up and turns turbines, which then produce energy, tons of it. In 2017, the American energy, I don't know why I was going to say that, but America produced 4 trillion kilowatts of energy. That's an awful lot. And 20% of that was nuclear power plants. Okay? 20% may not seem like a whole bunch on its own, but comparatively, prospectively, it's an awful lot. Alright? And as that atomic era grinded to a halt, the wheels that brought us into this century also brought us into the next one with the speed and momentum that could only be harnessed by nuclear energy. The great information age, the age in which you and I both live in right now, could only have happened if we kick-started it with nuclear energy. The Manhattan Project and projects very similar to it produced the transistor, which essentially created all modern computing technology. So all the comforts of home are because of nuclear power. It allowed us to jump ahead of our competition with ease and stay ahead. Just for comparison, I have here an earlier IBM model, humongous. Back in the 30s and the 40s, this was commonplace. You would have giant electromechanical machines, computing machines, that would take up entire factories even to do simple tasks. But 30 years later, with this technology that was kickstarted by nuclear energy, we were able to come out with the IBM 5150, the first personal computer. An idea so incredibly outrageous to somebody from the 30s and the 40s that it wasn't even remotely thought of. Another example here is NASA circa 1969. This is Houston. Shows all the control panels, and that's the data storage too. We were able to advance ourselves because of this nuclear power and into something like this. Something that has more computing power than the computers that took us to the moon. Absolutely incredible. So to conclude, information is endless. And just like the glow that each American has in their hearts, nuclear energy glows the same. Because it is the same. It's the same glow. Our glow in our hearts is fueled by nuclear energy because it has become such a vital part of our society. Nuclear energy is not just something that produces electricity. It's not just something that produces, death. But it's something that has allowed Americans to excel ahead of the competition so immensely. So I hope that you see my side of things, and it was my pleasure to inform you of this wonderful, wonderful piece of technology. Thank you very much.